Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Kaiju with your hosts Mark and Sam. Today we are talking about the final film in the Godzilla Millennium series, Final Wars. Hi Sam.
Hey.
Do you want to take the lead on this?
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the actual last of the Toho Godzilla films.
So far.
Yeah, they are making another one next year. But this was intended to be like Godzilla's big send-off. So they included loads of loads of monsters. They brought back a lot of the old technology from older films, like the Katengos are from one of the 60s sort of era films.
What's the Katengos?
The Katengo is the ship. The drill submarine
ship
flying thing.
Oh yeah, that was one of the... Was it Planet X?
No, that was... It was a film called Atragon, which is what Manda, which is like the giant snake monster.
Yeah.
That's what that's from.
Okay, I often associate this film with the Planet X movie. I guess because aren't the Exians?
Yeah, the Exilians.
Exilians, sorry, X. Yeah. Are in that. Yeah, there's lots of the old monsters in this. Lots and lots. Shall we list a few?
We got obviously Godzilla.
Yep.
Rodan. We got
Mothra.
Mothra's in it briefly. We got the return of Gigan finally.
Gigan, yes.
Yeah,
and there's
in
also
a new
like
cool
another
redesign.
Yeah, isn't there two Gigans in?
No, it's one, but he gets rebuilt. He gets destroyed by Godzilla, but then he gets rebuilt.
We got Abira.
Yeah.
We got Hedorah.
Yeah.
We
got King Caesar.
King Caesar, yes.
Yeah, and a new monster called Monster X.
Yes. Yep. And we also got all this goofiness with the Exilians. Or what is it?
Exilians.
We do see the Mothra twin fairies. They don't sing, unfortunately, but it's good to see Mothra. We also, I'm sure there's others. There's like, of course, we see the American Godzilla in rather amusing a fight that lasts 12 seconds, is it?
Yeah, I think
Godzilla?
It's 12 or 13 seconds against the proper Godzilla.
Yeah, well, the proper Godzilla throws him into Sydney Opera House and then just blasts him, and that's the last we see of him. Which is kind of fun. There's others. I'm sure there's others. It'll come to me. We saw the snake one first, didn't we?
Yeah, but he didn't really fight Godzilla at all. He got taken out by the Katengo, which isn't that. It's not particularly impressive. So
this was kind of the 50th anniversary sort of send off, as you say, wasn't it? It was. So it's 2004. This was a PG-13. It was a bit more. There was a bit more violence in it than human violence.
Well, they kind of did. They made it sort of more balanced between monsters fighting and humans talking. Yeah. By making it monsters fighting and humans fighting,
which is kind of cool. I mean, one of the main characters in it I really liked. It was he played Captain Gordon.
Yeah, Don Fry. Captain Gordon. He's awesome.
he was terrific. He should be in more films. Actually, I really liked him. That massive moustache.
Yeah. Nothing fazed this guy.
Yeah.
There's a bit where he's in this crashed giant super ship. Godzilla's coming towards him. He basically goes sod it, gets his sword and goes for Godzilla.
Yes, he's got balls of steel, this man.
Yeah.
And it's kind of fun. And the main bad guy is called X. Who, at the beginning, really didn't like him at the beginning, but I kind of.
But he kept being really goofy and.
Yeah, I think I like when he was wearing his glasses. He was just like a douche.
Yeah.
But when he took the sunglasses off and we had the full nutty face.
He looked like the Joker.
He was very jokerish. He kind of I liked him more.
Yeah.
When that happened,
because
he even shot one of his superiors, didn't he, to take over because he was fed up with stuff.
I love how just completely over the top he is. Like he's like in the film humans find Gigan fossilized deep underground.
Yeah.
Now X has control over this, and to sort of wake Gigan up, he goes, "Gigan!" Tigan, right? He like screams it at the top of his lungs. The voice, the dub artist must have had so much fun with this.
Yeah, I mean, the dialogue's mostly coherent, actually.
Yeah.
We saw an English dub, and it was fine. It's kind of quite hard to get hold of this. You found it online, didn't you?
Yeah.
But I actually bought a copy because we couldn't find anything, and it turned out it was in German.
Yeah.
And it was only German and Japanese, so it was unwatchable, if you wanted to understand the dialogue anyway. But luckily you found a version, so it was okay.
Yeah.
It was. I've really enjoyed this actually. It's a lot of fun. I've seen it before, but for some reason I mix up in my head this and the Planet X movie. I know they're completely different eras and stuff, but I get the plots mixed up. They both got Exilians in, so that might be why.
But the main sort of plot of this is monsters. Oh, let me start again. Godzilla has been buried in the ice for many years.
Yeah.
And monsters are just attacking everywhere.
Yeah. And these aliens sort of beam them up and act like they've saved the Earth, don't they?
They kind of have, let's be fair.
And like X, who we've mentioned, is like a kind of a rock star. He's got people on Earth think he's great, and they're wearing X t-shirts and stuff like that. And they've got this kind of cool looking ship. It's not great as CGI, but stylistically it looks rather cool.
It's a large sort of sphere with loads of small circles with lines connecting them.
Yeah, like a big steel sphere, and in that I presume are the monsters, but it is the Exilian ship. But then people start catching on that they're not there just to...
Yeah, and they get really weird... They basically start pulling a Mister on. Or they start replacing people.
Well, it's kind of like V as well. They kind of... it's not... The intentions aren't entirely clear, but...
they're trying to harvest people for... mitochondria? They're trying to harvest them for something in us at a genetic level.
Yeah, it's basically a replay of the 80s series V. In fact, X often refers to humans as cattle. Livestock, he uses those kind of terms.
Yeah.
They've also been a mutant force developed. They talk about the 4 bases of DNA, but there's a 5th base in the monsters called M base.
Yeah,
but there's
and
also
somehow it's like bled
humans.
Into humans.
And they've got special abilities, haven't they?
Yeah, they're like super strong, super fast. There's a bit where they demonstrate how particularly strong they are, where I think like 5 or 6 of them take out Ibira on foot.
Yes. Yeah.
So, and all of them pilot. All of them are like the head pilot of these large sort of flying battleships.
Yes. But ultimately, it's established. Apart from one of them, the rest of them kind of get taken over by the aliens. They become under the control of the aliens because of their genetic changes. But there's one left who's like a messianic figure. What do they call them? A Kaiser?
The Kaisers.
Kaisers. They're 1 in a million kind of characters who've got special powers.
Yeah.
And X is one of these as well. So one of them stays on the human side and kind of helps to fight. There's some cool fighting. I mean, it's CGI and stuff. But ultimately, Godzilla pretty much takes out every monster in seconds.
Yeah.
Really,
he's like... what we see of the fights are over in seconds.
Yeah.
But there's like... Kamacuras, a giant mantis, will like lunge at him. He'll just sort of grab it, spin it around, and spear it on the end of an electric pylon.
Yeah, of course. There was the giant mantis. There was that giant spider thing.
Yeah, which he just sort of grabbed, span around, and flung into the distance.
Yeah. That was kind of fun. There's lots and lots of monster attack. It's like a bit like Destroy All Monsters on steroids.
Yeah,
kind of. That's the kind of feel for it. Mothra is around.
Shows up for the final battle and then gets destroyed in a fight.
At one point, there's a story about a planet coming towards Earth, and the aliens are saying, "Oh, we'll save you from this planet, and we'll show you how to do it." And then it's discussed as being like faked to distract humans, but then it's real.
Then it's real, yeah. And Monster X, this new monster, is inside it.
Okay, but it's taken out by Godzilla.
Yeah, Godzilla just sort of beams it down, and there's this colossal explosion.
Yeah, and I thought he breathed on the planet and blew it up in space. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he shot a beam at
Oh,
That's what I was trying to say.
When he said beamed it down, it's okay.
He shot the planet down, and there's this colossal explosion. And my favourite shot of the film, it like pans up and Godzilla's just stood in there like it wasn't even a thing.
And he's in a massive crater, isn't he? Of destruction, and he's just standing there, which is kind of cool.
And Monster X sort of floats down behind him.
Now, Monster X, I think we'll go into spoilers at this point.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun with this film. But from this point, we're talking spoilers. Monster X appears. He's very odd. He's a very odd sort of.
It's like more
alien-ish.
Yeah, he's got this
thing.
Instead of imagine the alien, but instead of tubing, it looks like sort of jagged bone.
Yeah, and he's got shoulders that appear to be half a head each.
Yeah,
which is very odd. But then it doesn't stay that way for long.
Nah.
Does it?
Well, as X and this sort of Earth-based Kaiser fights, X is defeated, and he gives it all of his Kaiser power to Monster X, and it turns into a Ghidorah.
Yeah, and I remember saying to you, is Ghidorah in this? And you didn't say no, but you didn't quite answer me. You kind of shrugged.
No, you said, is King Ghidorah in this? And I said, no, he isn't. This is Kaiser Ghidorah. There's actually about 30 different Ghidorahs. So.
Oh, I didn't realise that. But it is basically King Ghidorah. It's three-headed, like, dragon thing, metallic looking.
Yeah.
And there's a massive fight with this and Godzilla. I do like how Godzilla took this out in the end.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
He obliterates two of the heads and then throws it into space.
Yeah, but one of the heads he sort of blasts off. The second
head, he grabs one of the heads and sort of lasers.
Uses his own fire breath against it to cut off the second head.
Yeah.
Then he throws it into space, and it's kind of fun. And then the aliens. There's also kind of Star Warsy kind of space battles, isn't there? With lots of flying things flying around. There's also fights between the aliens and like Gordon and stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a particularly good bit where a female steals his sword and starts a fight with him, and he takes the sword back.
Yeah, he knocks people out with slaps.
Yeah,
as well.
No, but he starts fist fighting her, and then he grabs her arm, and she just goes, "You wouldn't hit a woman." And he's looks at his closed fist, opens it, and looks back at her, and goes, "Yeah," and karate chops her in the throat.
Yeah, nice. He is a guy that can turn up at a laser gun fight with a sword and still win.
No, he turns up at a laser gunfight with a sword and then puts the sword away and then gets into a fist fight with it.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun. I quite enjoyed this.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad this is our last Toho one, but we have been watching them for a long time now, and it's kind of run its course, I think, for us. That's not to say we're finished with Kaiju yet.
No.
We've got a few more up our sleeve, but this is the last Toho we'll be reviewing. We have missed a few along the way because we just couldn't get hold of them. But mostly we've covered the vast majority.
Stuff like Var and the Invincible.
Yeah, I wanted to see the one that was the prequel to War of the Gargantuas, but we just can't get it. I can't remember what it's called.
Baragon versus Frankenstein.
Yeah, or Frankenstein conquers the world, it's sometimes called. But if we get that, we will do it. But you know, it's just hard to get. It's just not around. It's tricky. So we're not quite finished with Kaiju, but this will be our last Toho one, I think, unless we find something. What would you give this one out of 10?
I'd give this a 9.
I give it. I have to say, I still think I prefer, even though this was very frenetic and wasn't boring at all. I really did like Godzilla against Mechagodzilla, you know. I'm just trying to think how they balance up. I think I'll give this a 7, actually, but it's close to an 8. I did enjoy it quite a lot, and I would recommend anyone to see it. And this is my second viewing, and I can't say that of many of the others. Most of the ones we've watched have been first-time watches for me, but this one is the second viewing. Having said that, I didn't remember much about it, but it was kind of fun to rewatch. It was a long old film too, wasn't it? 2 hours plus. It was a lot of fun. Okay then, I think we're about done for Toho Godzilla for now. Okay, bye from me.
Bye.